Marvel just had a huge panel at San Diego Comic-Con. They just announced all Phase 5 and some of Phase 6, so let's rank them by excitement. Real quick before we get into it, I do want to say, please hit the subscribe button down below. It does my channel a lot of good. Also, if you like what you see here, you can follow me on Twitter at ReviewCM. I do a lot of other stuff there. I do a lot of little rankings, a lot of mini reviews, so you can go check that out over there. Now, when going into this list, there are 18 projects coming up for phases 5 and 6. Now, Phase 6 only has 3 projects currently, but I thought I would include them in here. At D23, they're probably going to announce the rest of Phase 6. And this is all going to be part of the Multiverse Saga, the new Infinity Saga, which is Phases 4, 5, and 6. So I'm excited. Phase 4 will not be included on this list, so I will not include I Am Groot, She-Hulk, or Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Those are part of Phase 4. Just purely ranking Phases 5 and 6. I am also including the animated shows that are canon because they didn't cover them because they were previously covered the day before. However, What If Season 2, Spider-Man Freshman Year, and Marvel Zombies are all canon to the MCU. Now, with Marvel Zombies, it's a spin-off of What If, which is technically canon, and it is included in Phase 4, so I thought I would include it on this list. Let's get into it. In 18th place for me is Agatha, Coven of Chaos. This show, probably the most questionable on here. I don't know why they are making the show, and it's easily my least anticipated. It just seems like they're just giving shows out now to anybody and kind of over convoluting the MCU. I don't think we need an Agatha show. WandaVision Season 2, let's get that. Maybe this is a continuation of WandaVision. It probably is. Maybe we get Wanda in here, maybe we don't. But I just find this to be the most unnecessary of the MCU shows. And this really shows that they really are just kind of making content for Disney+. Don't get me wrong, I love a lot of the MCU shows. This just seems like it's kind of filler. In 17th place, I have Echo, a show that it's only this low because I don't know really anything about it other than it's going to be kind of getting in some of the Daredevil characters back into the MCU. That's why it's in 17th place. It's not really going to be about Echo. It's going to be more about Daredevil. We don't know anything about the plot of this show or anything other than, again, the cameos from Daredevil. And I didn't really care for the character in Hawkeye. That's why it's in 17th place. Now, in 16th place, I have Spider-Man Freshman Year. This might be controversial because some people are going to have this in their top 10, maybe their top 5. To me, it belongs in 16th place purely on the fact that I have no idea what is going on with this show. They recently talked quite a bit about this show at San Diego Comic-Con, and it just left me more confused. I don't know what they're doing, and it seems like it's going to break continuity. Like, why is he meeting Daredevil? I mean, that makes more sense because he was in a mask. Maybe he didn't know before Spider-Man No Way Home. But then we have Harry Osborn, but there's no Osborn Tower in the MCU. He's meeting Doctor Strange, but they don't really know each other before. I don't know. It's complicated, and I don't think it needs to be. That's why it comes in 16th place. I hope that when the show comes out, it's not complicated and it doesn't break canon. But right now, it's looking pretty iffy. In 15th place, I have Ironheart, another show. I don't know what it's actually going to be about. I know the character is going to be introduced in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Riri Williams. I know Iron Man's going to have a big influence, I think, on this show. I know Wakanda definitely is. But this is another show I just don't know a lot about and that's why it comes in 15th place. In 14th place for me is What If Season 2. I absolutely loved What If Season 1. It's probably one of the more controversial MCU shows because it doesn't feel necessarily like the stakes are high and some of the episodes are not that great. Me personally, I even enjoyed the episodes that weren't that great. However, What If Season 2 does fall a little bit lower on this list than I would like it to have, purely on the fact that the scenarios that they gave to us feel not the greatest. I don't need more Captain Carter. I know they want to keep going back to her, but there's so many infinite stories you could tell. Let's stop going back to Captain Carter. I'm not a fan of her character. I mean, I liked her episode enough, but I don't think her episode is going to be that great. Therefore, What If Season 2, I know a lot of people are complaining they just want more team-ups like in episodes 8 and 9 of What If, but I'm actually fine with just going back to more basic, just kind of individual stories that then lead up. But going back to Captain Carter for multiple episodes is kind of what holds it back for me. In 13th place, I have Secret Invasion. This show is said, with the footage that they've shown, it's said to be dark and very Nick Fury heavy and more like the Winter Soldier, then more modern day MCU, which is a little more silly. I'm looking forward to Secret Invasion. I really am. The only reason it's this far down the list, we don't have a trailer for we don't really have trailers for any of this, but there's just something about Secret Invasion. I think it'll be fun when it comes out. It's just something has to be in 13th place. In 12th place is the Marvels, the supposed musical of the MCU. There's said to be a musical sequence. We get Miss Marvel in here, Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau. I'm super excited for this movie purely on the fact of all the returning characters that are coming back to this movie. I'm not a big fan of Captain Marvel, but I hope that this really kind of elevates her character. It just seems fun and zany, and I'm here for that. In 11th place, though, is Loki Season 2. Well, Loki's still my favorite MCU show. Season 2, I don't know what they're going to do with it. We did see leaked set footage from this show with Mobius, and it's fun seeing Owen Wilson back. But there's just everything. It's just a lot of great Marvel content. Everything coming in from 10 to 1, I am extremely excited for. And I'm extremely excited for Loki Season 2 as well. But let's get into my number 10. My number 10 is Marvel Zombies. This might be controversial for having a little too high, but I am beyond excited for this show. The stuff that they showed, all the returning characters, the zombie aspect, it's rated TVMA. It's making me super excited for the animation side of the MCU. I cannot wait for Marvel Zombies. It just looks like a blast. In 9th place, I have Captain America New World Order. I am very excited for this show. This is not a show. I'm very excited for this movie. Sam Wilson finally gets his own Captain America movie. I can't wait to see that. This will also lead into Thunderbolts, which is way up higher on this list. But Captain America 4 comes in 9th place. In 8th place, I have Daredevil Born Again. Now, I have watched the first season of Daredevil. I'm still kind of making my way through it. But currently I'm rewatching the actual MCU shows. So Daredevil Born Again is going to be 18 episodes long, and I'm excited for it. I really am excited for the show. Daredevil's popping in a lot of stuff. Lately, he's going to be in She-Hulk. He's going to be in Echo. He's going to be in Spider-Man Freshman Year, and now he's getting his own show. This show just has me really excited. It's going to be bringing in characters like the Punisher, Jessica Jones. I'm here for it. In 7th place, I have Blade. Blade is actually coming out next year, which is very surprising. I only thought they're going to do 3 movies next year, but nope, we get Blade in November. I'm extremely excited. Mahershala Ali is going to be great. Dracula's rumored to be the villain. I'm super excited for Blade. I just can't wait to see Mahershala Ali as the character on the big screen. In 6th place is the Fantastic Four. The only reason it's this low on my list is because we don't have really any information about it other than the release date and that it's kicking off Phase 6. I am very excited for this movie. I cannot wait for it, but we don't have the cast. We don't have the director. Therefore, it's coming in 6th place. In 5th place for me is the Thunderbolts. I love team-up movies, and that is why this is on here. A lot of different shows and movies are definitely leading up to this with Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character. She's definitely recruiting a lot of people. We got U.S. Agent, maybe Abomination, maybe Zemo, possibly Hawkeye, Yelena. I'm down for this movie. I cannot wait for this movie. I think It's just going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be the Marvel Suicide Squad in the MCU. In fourth place, I have Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Now, I am unashamedly a fan of Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's one of my favorite MCU movies. The first Ant-Man's good, but I absolutely love Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm very excited for Ant-Man and the Wasp 3: Quantumania. Not only if it was just like a sequel to Ant-Man and the Wasp, and it just kind of in the same vein, small scale, I'd be excited for it. But this is kicking off Phase 5, and it's introducing MODOK and Kang into the MCU, and Kang is going to kind of be like the new Thanos, or at least I think he's going to be the new Thanos. So this movie's setting up a lot, and I cannot wait for it. But in third place, I have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This is said to be very emotional, and what some of the description of the footage, it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be as funny as the other Guardians movies, solely on the fact that there are going to be a lot of people dying in this movie. James Gunn has teased that this is the end of the Guardians. Star-Lord's grieving because of Gamora. Rocket, he's dealing with his past and how tragic his life has been. It's going to be a hard movie to get through, purely on the fact that I absolutely love the Guardians, and it's kind of going to be sad to see them go, or at least some of the members go and then not fully be a team. It might have humorous elements in here. We got the High Evolutionary, Adam Warlock, Cosmo the dog's coming back. Guardians of Galaxy Volume 2 was sad at the end when Yondu passed away and he died, but this seems to, a lot more characters are going to have more tragedy, and I'm still very excited for this movie. That's why it's in third place. But in second place, I have Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, and I'll just throw in the first place Avengers: Secret Wars. These two movies are coming out in the same year. What can I say? They're Avengers level movies, and I think Secret Wars is going to be way bigger than Endgame. I think Secret Wars is going to almost triple the amount of characters that were in Endgame, purely on what Secret Wars really is. And I'm really excited for Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars as kind of a duology, just like Infinity War and Endgame. That's all we kind of know on that. We don't have directors, but purely that we are getting a huge team-up movies. I can't wait for those. Guys, tell me your list down below. What are your most anticipated upcoming MCU movies? Share your list down below. As always, you can check out some more videos right now.